Well, what's the crack? How you getting on? You're all very welcome to Ramble Pod number 34 for the 22nd of the 1st, 2019. Well, lads, what's the crack? How you getting on? Are you well? I'm motoring through this one today because I've, of course, heading out the fucking door. One leg out the door, I'm interviewing this week's Buckshot guest, so at lunchtime, so I gotta get this fucking thing wrapped up and out the door to ye. Gigs coming up this week, and I'm going to be comedy club gigs anyway. I'm going to be in Chaplin's Comedy Club this Saturday night. It's myself, Eric Lawler, and there's somebody else on, and I can't remember who. But yeah, comedy Chaplin's upstairs in Chaplin's Bar. Would you believe it? I'll be in the Comedy Shed on Parnell Street on Monday night, and then on Tuesday night I will be in the University Concert Hall with Dave McSavage and John Cleary. And on the Thursday, I'd say that is it Thursday? Yeah, January 31st, I'll be in Pug Uglies, Dave Elliott's new comedy club in Belfast. Yeah, happy times. Happy times. Yeah, good stuff. So that's that for the end of January anyway. So look, I'll put the gigs link in the description of this if you want to gander. A couple of people have messaged they're coming to see. Galway's always a great old turnout. It's the Carl Spain night. I think it's myself, Steve Elliott, and fuck, I have the capacity for one person really in my brain other than myself on the lineup. I do well just to get myself to the gigs. So apologies for not remembering who the other person is on the lineup. Yeah, a few people are coming to that one. And I think, yeah, the lounge, you know yourself, that's next month. That's early next month, but sure, look, we'll talk about that next week. Excuse me, I'm going to cough. Don't look at me like that, dog. I know, it's unprofessional, but Jesus Christ, what can I do? It's a cough. I still got to touch the man flu, I think. Dog is looking at me here like, what a fucking amateur. What a fucking amateur. Fairness, she's quieting down. She's not gone as mental, but she still throws a look as if to say, you absolutely stealing a living over there, you rotten bastard. Thanks very much. Thanks very much for tuning in. If it's your first time, sure, hit subscribe. This thing comes out twice a week in various guises. 3 times a week if you're a Patreon. To the Patreon people, thank you very much for signing up and still chipping away at it. Waiting on those new mics. But I have a lend of another good mic, so hopefully today now we should have a nice, clean podcast. Yeah, just to see how it goes. But thank you very much. If you do fancy, you know, chucking some dollars. If you like, as they say, if you'd buy a fella, not even a pint, because you wouldn't get a pint for $3. I mean, if you want to buy me the makings of a pint, let's just do it through the Patreon. You can do a one-time payment of just chucking $3 at it, or $5, or even $10. Some people have gone for $20, which is just quality, because they feel it's worth it to them. And because of that, what you do get exclusive back catalogue of the Tom and Jerry show, which I've thrown up a few just to wet your taste buds just a little bit, just to see what it's like, myself and Jerry. Hopefully we'll actually get back to do more Tom and Jerry show, but both of us are up to our titties. So shut up phone or fucking laptop. Christ almighty. See, this is lack of professionalism again. Like, forgot to turn that thing down. I was actually looking at a funny clip. I don't know how well it would translate to listen to on the podcast, but somebody sent it on to me during the week to talk about it on the podcast. But we'll see. It's another one of these donkey derbies from Cahir in 1988. Cahir, County Tipperary, home of the two Johnnies, my local town. And yeah, I mean, some people will have seen the donkey derby from, I think it was a Castletown in Clare somewhere. And it was one of the funniest. Well, the commentator made it the funniest thing, but it's right up there. Like, it's right up there with that. More so the people he's interviewing are just a complete fucking lunatics. But yeah, going back to the Patreon, like that, it's there for you. If you want to contribute to the podcast, it's very simple to do it. You will get a shout out, of course. Also, there's the Tea Republic shop where there's stuff. Friend of the podcast and Meter D at the Laughter Lounge. Holly, I gotta get her a hoodie actually, but I've got some stuff for her anyway, some merch for her, because it's only fair. She's so sound. I've let me in to fucking record her to actually give it a legitimacy. But yeah, give it a gander. I'll put the links in the bottom here. It'd be great if you could. If you don't feel like it, then don't. You know what I mean? But you do get exclusive stuff. You'll get the ad-free version of this, and you'll get on a Thursday along with their book, or on Friday along with the episode of Buckshot. You'll actually get you'll get exclusive listenership, and soon coming out will be podcast purely made for the Patreons. So yeah, Yeah, yeah. This week has been fun. People have actually been, weirdly, I don't know what it is about this week, but people have been actually sending me stuff to talk about. I know I often put up about questions that people put up, like, and there's no disrespect to people, but at the same time, tell us why you got into comedy. Nah, not a fucking hope. Nobody's interested. I've talked about it ad nauseum, and there comes a point too where you just sound like you fucking hate what you're even saying, and nobody wants to listen to a fella saying shit that he fucking hates. So, yeah, listen, I got into it because I got into it, but just along with those questions. But this week has been some good shit people have been sending me. Dan, all the way in Shropshire, good man Dan. He hit me up a couple of weeks ago. Totally forgot it, and he's hit me up again. And it's only fair. It's only fair to Dan. It was about the ghost hunters. He started following. I'm guessing through the YouTube page. I stuck up an episode of Ghost Hunters, Irish Ghost Hunters that I was on. I'll tell you, to answer your question quickly, Dan, about the thing, about the show. The plan was we made that show with a view to making a bunch more shows for TV3 in Ireland, and unfortunately Virgin were buying TV3, and it was all up in the air money-wise and all the rest of it. So we made that show as a pilot. They loved it. They fucking bought it, but they wanted to make more, but I think they didn't have the money to make more. So, but the fuckers still roll it out every Halloween. It's rolled out the last 3 Halloweens. They just put it on the telly. But why didn't, I don't know. They could have gotten us to make more. It was good crack. It was actually really good crack. It was interesting. I just like old buildings anyway. Like, I mean, I'm not fully a big believer in ghosts and stuff like that. Like, but that particular one, I mean, to be fair, the editing was unbelievable. It made it look a lot scarier than it actually was. Although, like, some of the crew were pissing their pants and stuff like that, and they were taking it very seriously. But I've been in loads of old buildings, like from like working in construction. You go to look at a load of old buildings to either knock them down or try and refurbish them and stuff like that. So I wasn't really creeped out by any of the features inside there, but the place was absolutely fucking blacker than black. If anybody who hasn't seen it doesn't know what the fuck I'm talking about, if you go to my YouTube page, which this podcast is now on, all the episodes are up there. If you prefer to listen on YouTube, then there you go. The episodes are all up there. But also on that, I stuck up the episode of Irish Ghost Hunters from Loftus Hall that we did, myself and friend of the podcast, Gordon Hayden, made a couple of years back. As really well made. Like, it looks the business. Like the film crew and the editing that went on afterwards, it looked shit hot. I had no idea what I was doing. I don't know what they really wanted from me, like, because there's no real direction for this thing. It's like, let's film over here. It's kind of just, you just film as much shit as you possibly can and hope to God you can make a whatchamacallit. I mean, a few things like did stand out. Like, I mean, there was obviously no ghosts came and fucking said hello to me, like, but you know, there was a few things where I was kind of scratching my head going, what the fuck is, like, I'd be a cynical bollocks at the best of times, like, but there was a few things, like, we went into one room, a part of the house that, there was only us, but we went into one room, and it was an external room to, you know, because this place is so fucking big, it's, you know, most houses are all external rooms, but this house had rooms that didn't have any windows, because the house was that big, but this is an external kind of, it's kind of a bay window room, so nobody could gotten in or gotten out. But when we walked in, because we'd been standing in the other room right next door to it for a good 5 minutes talking and what we were going to do and go around with these meters and stuff like that. And one of the lads had like a heat detector, and we walked straight in. He was holding it to the room, and like I said, nobody could have gotten into this room. Lo and behold, on a seat that was sat by the side of the room, there was a warm, whatchamacallit, like heat reading off the fucking seat. Now, I don't know what that means. I went over, the seat was as cold as everything else in the room. It was fucking freezing, actually, which is ironic because the temperature actually dropped by 2 degrees once you walk through the threshold of that door. Which I suppose, look, that can happen because it's an old house, wind blowing in fucking gaps and all the rest of it. But it was, the chair kind of puzzled us all. We were even, like the crew and stuff who were kind of going, who'd film everything, like, you know, they're not just ghost people, like, but there was, I suppose, investigators there. But the crew were even looking at me going, the fuck is that? Because it didn't make any fucking sense. Other than that, it was, yeah, I mean, it was you would kind of lose yourself a small bit, but it's a massive house and black as fuck, because when you know windows, that's just what you're going to get, like, is black as fuck. Quality place, that Loftus Hall. I would go down, like, the lads have done a couple others, like, if you check it out, like, I know, but they've never made a decent looking production. Like, they've made some stuff, like Tim Kelly has made some stuff, and Gordon has made some stuff with Charleville House and a couple of more, like, but I think that was their best looking one they did. Not just because I was on it, huh? No, fuck's sake. No, it was actually their most professional looking one. They brought a serious crew with them. It was mad. Like, we met with this American crowd who had actually, they were like American ghost hunters, had done an episode on it, and they were in Ireland at the time. We went and met with them. I don't think we were going robbing their ideas. Maybe we were robbing their ideas. I don't know. I was doing nothing really. I didn't know what to tell them or what to even ask them, but I had to pipe in at one stage and go, "What makes it so fucking scary?" Because they were just talking about how scary it was, but they were mentioning nothing. Do you know, they were just, and everybody was just taking them at their word, like. But I had to ask him, I said, "What makes it so fucking scary?" And your man, of course, pure American, like, hamming it up to the death, like, he's like, "Oh my god, it is like super scary." I went, "Okay, but you still haven't answered my fucking question. What makes it scary?" And he says, "Well, for starters, it's like a really, really old building." I'm like, "How old?" He's like, "Oh, like 300 years old." I'm like, "That's a really good fucking building. If it's still standing after 300 fucking years, that's a class building. In fact, that's the last building you should be worrying about. Is something else?" He's like, well, for starters, the darkness. Like, darkness. I grew up in South Tipperary. You fucking joking me? That's all we have is darkness. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. So I wasn't sold before I went there. But do you know what? If nothing else, the place, the guy that owns it, the stories, the show he puts on there, because he does a tour around there. You will fill your jocks. The tour is unbelievable. So I would, if you can, it's limited spaces because I don't know why. The house is still under a bit of refurbishment, but he's not going to refurbish all of it, like, because he still wants the scary looking. But if you can get on and it's a fair old fucking drive down into the arsehole of Wexford, like, you're going down to Hook Head. It's a bollocks of a drive, actually, because it's all twisty roads the last 30 miles or whatever, but it is well worth it. Like I said, you'll fill your fucking jocks on the tour that he does. It's he told me a couple of things like that about little tricks that he has and stuff like that. And he has actors and stuff on board as well. And you exit through the gift shop. It is a business, like, there's no doubt about it. Like, it's not some fucking Mickey Mouse affair. But in saying that, it's set up so it will properly entertain you. So if you want to be entertained by scary shit, I would go down and give that a gander. I don't know what else to tell you, Dan. No what else to tell you about. But yeah, there you are. There you go. That's as much. I would love if they did more. But I don't know. I must actually hit up Gordon again, but he's up to he's plenty of work on the go. But I might actually just hit him up and see what's cooking. Go back and listen to the episode with Gordon. Actually, that's a really good one. If you haven't listened to that one, go back and listen to that one. That's Gordon Hayden. He's some good, like, he has interviewed everybody famous. Like, he has a TV or a movies show, which we did together as well, where we did a kind of a YouTube clips movie or show as well for TV3. But yeah, give that one a gander. Have a look at that one. I know I'm drinking tea in the middle of this podcast and everything, but I kind of have to. The old fucking I'm not fully out of this fucking man flu shit yet, lads. I'm not fully out of it yet. Yes, and quality shit, people. The fucking lunar eclipse. Did anybody give a bollocks about that? Was it anywhere in any? They were saying we get a really clear look in Ireland. I'm assuming it's not the only fucking country that will get a clear look at it. Apparently it was some wolf blood moon and all these fucking... You know the sort of people who write on Facebook, "Hey, hive mind, what's it? Oh, fuck off. Fuck, like..." And they're all putting up this blood moon, wolf blood moon fucking thing. And you're like, you're not in Game of Thrones, you dickheads. It's not, it's just a fucking moon. It's just a moon. And people are, it is a lunar eclipse. It is unbelievable. Do you know what else is unbelievable? Close your fucking eyes. There's a lunar eclipse. It's really not a solar eclipse. Now that's a bit weird. That's worth fucking hanging around for. But a lunar eclipse, it's already fucking dark. It's just going to get a little darker. Half of the year, 3/4 of the year, the moon is half covered anyway. So, like, what? So it's going to be fully covered. Oh no. What the fuck? Like, and it was all everywhere, and people were getting excited by this wolf blood moon. It was gathering fucking more names. It was just a fucking red moon, then it was a blood moon, then it was a wolf blood moon, and you're like, would you ever go away and fuck off at yourself? It's just the fucking old moon. Go out and have a look at a fucking tree. That's more interesting than a fucking moon. Are you fucking joking me? That thing isn't even on our fucking planet. Go out and have a look at a fucking tree. Start a bee fucking hive. You know what I mean? That's a thing to be doing with nature. Don't be fucking talking about the moon. Fucking stupid cunt of a thing. Good for nothing. Fucking uses it to us. Alright, granted, it does have scientific properties in that it is, it controls the tides and all the rest, and we kind of do need it in a sense, but it's all the way over there, and there's fuck all on it. So fuck it. Do you know what I mean? It's like some bollocks of a place that you don't never want to go on holidays. You know what I mean? I'm not going to name any place now because I've noticed our the listenership reach is getting bigger and bigger, and I'm definitely going to say a place that some poor bastard is listening. He's like, hey, my friend, I was fucking listening, and now you can fuck you up podcast. I don't know what accent that was. That was pan foreign from Ireland. That's what it is. And I apologise. Nah, fuck it, I don't. I could say I apologise, but I don't mean a bit of it, lads. It was a shite version of an accent, so nobody can take offence in that. Or fucking take offence if you want. I don't give a shite. Somebody sent me on one, and this is, you see, people just send me on. I think they're just trying to fucking get me going, with fucking just temper and stuff like that. But somebody sent me on one of, your one breastfeeding. Did you see this? It went around, did the rounds. Was it yesterday or the day before? Because I got sent it by about 3 or 4 listeners. Go on, talk about this, Tom. And I actually opened it here because I got a few people Instagram me with it, or not Instagram. They fucking Facebook messaged the page or whatever. A woman has quit her job to breastfeed her 36-year-old bodybuilder boyfriend, full time, saying it creates a magical bond between them. Jennifer Mulford said she wanted to create an adult breastfeeding relationship and mentioned the idea to her former childhood sweetheart, Brad Leeson. She told the Sun before. Oh Jesus, he's on the tit. He's on the tit. It's kind of a veiny look. Ugh. At the moment, I knew that I had a partner for life. We both wanted the same thing in a relation. Magical bond as breastfeeding can achieve. Well, she quit her job. How much diddy milk is she producing to say that she can't fucking work in an 8-hour day, could she not stick a pump on, on the job? I've taken a break from my job because I wanted to devote everything to making this work. Brad, a bodybuilder, hopes to boost his body by regular breastfeeding sessions. Wow. Oh, right. So people in adult breastfeeding. Here's some interest. How adult breastfeeding relationships work. So this will tell me where I fucking need to go. People in adult breastfeeding relationships, also known as adult nursing relationships, are called nursing couples. Sometimes these relationships arise after a couple has had a baby. In other cases, a woman can artificially induce lactation by encouraging a partner to dry breastfeed regularly until the milk occurs. Successful adult nursing relationships depend on stable and long-term rate, need to maintain steady milk flow. This also works if the woman has previously had a baby. And so, that's not telling me anything. Wait, what? And some couples use drugs as dumperdone to induce milk flow. Okay. Well, that's not told me anything. That's just an opinion of stuff. Like couples stating, man, she's a fucking hog too. Man, that's not a good looking couple. Good fuck. Oh, but he looks like a skinny old shite. Where's the pictures of him looking? Do you know what? I hope they got a fucking ton of money, because that has to be a load of shit, is it? They're not actually fucking doing that. Jesus Christ almighty. There's, of course, loads of... Oh, fuck off, YouTube. I don't know what to say to that, other than... Is it a load of shite? That doesn't sound real to me. She doesn't exactly... I don't know. She doesn't look like she quit a life of fucking academia either. You know what I mean? Not been slagging her, but she's... the picture she chose to put on the fucking newspapers, her in some shitty soccer jersey. You know what I mean? Fucking... that has to be a load of shite, is it? Although he's on the tit, but he might be sucking milk. He's just being nasty, getting his ditty on. Fuck. All right. Yeah. I can't see. You know what? He better go win Mr. fucking Olympia if that's the case. You ask ask Arnie. It's not fucking breast milk you need. It's steroids you fucking need. That's what you need. And eating about 20,000 calories a day in fucking chicken. A bit of fucking ditty milk. How much fucking milk is she producing anyway? How much milk can somebody go through? Even if it was 2 pints, which I doubt like, I don't know what sort of a beast you want to be to produce 2 pints of milk. I don't know anything about the stuff. I've never done it myself. Never produced it. But how long in the fucking day could she's just sitting there all day just pumping away, or is your man just on the diddy all day? Does he have any fucking job? He's not. Didn't say he's a professional bodybuilder. He's 36. At 36, you'll want to won a few fucking things now before, you know what I mean? You're nearly heading for the hill at fucking 36. Fucking tit milk. What? No, I can't. No, fuck that. That's a load of shit. No, fuck that. That's a load of shite. There's no way. Oh, Jesus. She is actually a mother as well, is she? Yeah, hold on. I breastfeed Jim. He's not that big. In fact, he's not big at all. What the fuck? I think he's been spinning her a few. Mum breastfeeding her boyfriend 20 years after having children. Hold on, she's 36. So 20 years after she's had children, which is plural. So the last child she had was at 16. So she had prior to that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Jennifer from Atlanta. Oh, it's fucking American even. Jesus. She had Brad, 36. Need to dry feed every 2 hours to fool her body into thinking she is feeding a child. Okay, so that's her reasoning for staying home, right? Jennifer was single when she stumbled across a website about ABR. When I read about the bond breastfeeding between two people, I also have enjoyed my breast being touched. Oh, lovely, yeah. Jennifer from Atlanta started searching for men who were open to the idea. When I read about it, pure joy it brought. Yeah, fuck off. Finally started chatting with the idea. She's a fucking write-off. She looks like a dude. Yeah, no. Like, he's jacked, there's no doubt. Like he's got the shirt off there, like, but yeah, no, you need a lot more than fucking breast milk if you want to fucking make it. Oh, it's a big, long fucking article. Oh, fuck all that. No. That's all right. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Yeah, that's a load of shit if ever I heard it. Dude, he just wants to suck some ditties, and she's a hog. You know what I mean? And just, you know. Here, listen. Let's call a spade a spade. She's a fucking write-off. He does not much to look at either, in fairness. Like, but he is ripped, so maybe she's into that. He just wants to suck some ditties. That's all. And she wanted to get in the newspaper. Fuck all that. And I got sent a bunch, but I have no real interest in it. Prince Philip fucking writes off a car, smashes into somebody else. Apparently he was as ignorant as a pig to the woman he fucking crashed into. Surprise the fucking prize. He's a 97-year-old fucking, I'm just having it here. Was in there when the Kia she was travelling and was hit by a Land Rover Freelander. Or he was only gone down to a Freelander because he was normally a Discovery man himself, like, when being driven by 97-year-old Philip near Sandringham. The force of the crash flipped the 4x4 onto its side, while the Kia was also badly damaged. Jesus, there was a baby and everything in it. She's on the telly, the whole lot. Right. Yeah, Philip reported said, I'm such a fool, and he pulled from the wreckage the 70. You know, I mean, he's 97. Like, even, like, my grandfather, like, I mean, Tom Senior, like, I mean, he's compos mentis all upstairs, but he said himself, he says, listen, he said, the eyes aren't right for driving. You can't be out driving. You fucking can't. You know what I mean? He typically drove cars like a Freelander. They're still a big size fucking Jeep, like. 97-year-old clatters into you with the fucking thing, like. I mean, I know see, the thing is, like, how's he passing? And what's his insurance like, I wonder? Huh? Who's paying his insurance? How much is it? How much is his insurance? Because it's not so bad because there was a brand new, that was the thing that actually caught my eye. There was a brand new fucking Freelander dropped off from yesterday. Or the day before yesterday. 70 grand's worth. That must have, like, Freelanders. Land Rover Freelanders. 70 fucking thousand pounds worth. That has all the bells and whistles. So you'd get a serious Land Rover for fucking 70,000 euros. 70,000 pounds, which is about 80 or 90,000 euros. Fucking hell. She must, like, that thing must be nearly able to drive itself. Maybe that's why he was out driving. He put on the fucking 97 though. You kind of got to, like, he's an old racist bollocks, like, there's no doubt about it. And he's lived in a complete fucking gaga world, like, you know, where everybody thinks is high-fiving you. Every day of your life, you're waking up and somebody's going, "You're class." You're going, "I am, aren't I? I fucking am." It's the Trump effect, like. Do you know, even at least his grandsons have kind of gone working, and you know, like some bit, like, you know, let's be honest, they're not fucking, you know, they're not working, like, but at least you know, they'll have workmates who after a while would be able to give him a bit of shit for being posh as fuck, like, and being actual royalty and stuff like that. But he's never had that. He's just been absolutely smashing it in his head for 97 fucking years. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely fucking smashing it. Even like things, you know, that are supposed to be fucking horrible that happen. Like, there's never been a fear in that fucker's head that there'll be nothing in the freezer on Tuesday. You know what I mean? Or will he pay the mortgage, or will he pay the rent, or cover the carpet repayments, like that. Can you imagine you just wrote off your Land Rover Freelander and a brand new one turns up the next day? The lad has been absolutely fucking smashing it forever, hasn't he? Like, so how could you be any different? How could you be any fucking different? I mean, you're born into a monstrously rich family with a pretty fucking cool name, Mountbatten. I mean, granted, you're German as fuck, like, but there's nothing wrong with being German, really, either. I mean, who, you know, just depends on what side of history you fall on. But, like, you're born into, and then you marry the fucking Queen. You marry the fucking Queen. Like, that is smashing it on a fucking level that Kanye could never dream of. Like, Jay-Z could never fucking, like, it doesn't matter who the fuck you are, money wise, but you're talking old money, land, people quite literally people have pictures of you hanging up in their fucking house. They put your face on plates. Like, you married that. You married that. Like, there's coronations, there's fucking trumpets play when you fucking walk into rooms sometimes. Like, so, I mean, I'm not condoning the mad old fuck, like, if he was a rude old bastard or whatever to that woman, but at the same time, understand where he's at. And he's, like, it's not like he's a 34-year-old who's lived that life, and you can kind of go, yeah, listen, I understand his ways of the world and all the rest of it. Yeah, man, he's not on social media. He's just living inside his head going, I'm fucking class. I am fucking class. Oh, wrote that fucking... What the fuck was that peasant doing on the road with me? Do you know who I am? You can imagine that. You're not just Philip. You have Prince before your name. And you didn't give it to yourself. You know what I mean? You're not a rapper. You didn't give yourself a name. You were given that name with a sword. Like, somebody tapped you on the shoulder and said, you're now a fucking prince. You're like, yeah, I fucking am. I'm a fucking prince. Do you know what I mean? And my wife is the fucking queen. I don't even have king duties. I'm the fucking prince, so I can just keep on rocking it. Cruising around here in my fucking top of the range fucking Range Rovers. Huh? Do you know, look, he won't be with us for much longer. I got sent a bunch of other fucking videos from different angles. I keep on getting sent this one. I don't know. I'm guessing everybody's getting it, but I would, of course, think it's directed at me because I was in the buildings and I've been a mad fucking stuff went on when we were in the buildings, the stories I've told in the past and stuff. But it was a guy in, I'm guessing Liverpool, judging by the accents, but everybody's filming this guy. He's basically Travelodge essentially hadn't paid his fucking wages. Or hadn't paid, they hadn't paid the company, whatever construction company were doing works for him. And he decided with his mini digger, he was going to smash the handrails on the way into this Travelodge. I think I may have stayed in that Travelodge at some stage. If it's the Liverpool one, I think I've stayed in the fucking thing. He just smashes up the whole foyer. And it's not much of a foyer, to start with. Like, I mean, it's Travelodges are jumped up fucking hostels, really, aren't they? At the best of fucking times, like. I think he improved the fucking place. He's dead fucking right. If you haven't paid him and they've done the job right, and your Travelodge, your fucking Travelodge, like, it's not like you're a independent little fart of a hotel, like, you're fucking Travelodge. Pay the fucking man. Now, granted, he's going to get jail time for what he did, but, if nothing else, it made for entertaining yokes. Do you know what, getting fucking off that, has anybody here ever stayed, anybody here, like, we're all in the one room, anybody here ever stayed at the Formula Hotel? Like, it's written like it's Formula One, like it's an F1 hotel, like the Ferrari hotel in Dubai. You know what I mean? Or is the Ferrari hotel in Dubai? Or is it Sri Lanka or some fucking place? But it's fucking not. It is horrendous. fucking horrendous. Like, I can deal with creature comforts or without lack of creature comforts, but this is fucking inhumane. It's, do you know what? Stay at it. Like, the mattresses, it's talk about how they, like, humans shouldn't be put through this. Like, they, I think it's one of those hotels that was just built, frame was built first, and a crane just dropped in pods of rooms that were pre-built. But you share the toilet with a bunch of truckers basically on the corridor. It's, oh man, like just the mattress alone. You'd sleep on the carpet better. Like, it's, I'd love to hear back to anybody who stayed the worst kips you've stayed in. Not because they were just smelly or dirty, like, but they were actually purpose-built kips. That's the actual interesting, because you can see a place that gets run down and you can see why. It could have been hot shit back in the day. We've all stayed in them ones, you know what I mean? They had a good day name back in the 70s or the 80s or whatever. But the ones that were purpose-built fucking hellholes. Yeah, I'd like to hear about that. I'd like to hear about. Do you know what? We've done our time. We've done our time. I gotta get this done and sent out. Thanks very much for listening. Hit subscribe if this is your first time listening. Have a gander at the Patreon. Have a gander at Tea Republic Shop. The link will be in the description of this. Feel free to give me a rating. Give the podcast, I should say, a rating on whatever podcast app you're listening to, and it allows to do that. I think Apple and Podbean and maybe the podcast app. I'm not sure about Spotify or any of the rest of them. But it'd be great if you give it a high rating. It'd be great because it allows other people to find it. You can follow me on any social platform. Tom O'Mahony Comedy. You'll see how to spell my name. Not without the E in O'Mahony. And you'll be grand. We'll find it on all social platforms except for Chatty Snaps, which is Tom Bear O'Mahony, all one word. You'll find me there. If you want to hit me a long form thing, just go ahead and email me at bookshotpodcast@gmail.com or go through the comedy website and tomomahony.com and just go to the contact page. Right, I better go record this. Enjoy this much in your ear holes of absolute waffle. Right, I'll talk to you again on Friday. Good luck.